something different. Of course, the show is different in itself, but at the typical bodybuilding show, you normally have a guest poser, somebody who's a celebrity in the bodybuilding industry to come out and pose for the crowd and get everybody excited. But tonight's gonna be a little bit different. I wanted to incorporate the arts again into the guest posing, but now we're not gonna have a real person up here posing, but we're gonna have a description of the person that will be posing, okay? So we're gonna have a poet do spoken word for you, and the theme of the poem is about the male physique, God's masterpiece. So he wrote an original poem for tonight to present to you. So without further ado, I want to introduce to everyone a friend of mine for over 15 years, professor at Clarkland University of African American Studies. Let's welcome Dr. Daniel Black.
And God took a lump of clay, a mass of Georgia red earth, and said, I think I'll make me a man. And God rolled that clay in God's hands until it was flexible and shapeable. And then God said, this man must be strong like me. And God designed his feet first so that he could stand firm and run from danger, climb trees where fruit awaited him. And God put 5 toes on each foot and gave man an arch in the middle to increase his speed and agility. And God said, yeah, that's good. Then God shaped man's legs with strong protruding calves and thick muscular thighs that gave him the ability to leap and to jump like the gazelles in the forest. And God said, yeah, that's even better. Then God shaped the man's buttocks, rounding them like the midnight moon. And God gave man the private parts necessary to create life like himself. God tightened that area above it and called it a waistline, dividing the lower self from the higher self. And God said, oh yeah, yeah. Then God molded the abs, one precious lump at a time, like ripples in a wavy sea. And God shaped the back with wide shoulder blades, almost like angels' wings. And God put pecs at the apex of the man's chest to remind him that he too is indeed a mountain that can never be surmounted. And God said, oh, hallelujah, I'm showing out now. And then God laid shoulder blades atop the man's chest and extended arms so that man could reach for excellence and help guide his neighbors and feed himself and fix anything that he might accidentally break. And God shaped those arms like the rolling hills of Tennessee, fearing that man might one day need the ability to pull his own weight. And God said, yes, 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 this is good. And at the ends of each arm, God shaped hands, hands like his own hands, hands that grip and grab and hold and love and soothe and comfort and support. Hands that wave hello to the downtrodden and the lost. Strong, agile hands with protruding veins and multiple bones so that it can move in any and every direction and fix things. And God shaped those hands so that they could shape a world or destroy it. But God wasn't afraid of those hands. God said, yes, 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 it is good. And then finally, at the peak of God's creation, God molded a head that would carry a brain, that would remind man that his body is a creation. It is an art. It is a divine reflection of a true and a living God, that the body is not to be violated. It is not to be misused. It is not to be abused. It is to be loved. It is to be honored. It is the carrier of the soul. It is to be taken seriously. It is the only way you know that you are indeed walking like God. And God said, ooh, yes. And into that body, that fine, sculptured body, God blew a breath into those nostrils, and man became a living soul. And that man then looked at himself, at his broad, sculpted, beautiful, naked self, and man smiled and looked at God and said, "You did it."